friend of mine. He's also been an outstanding state treasurer. So it's not like I've got to take that position and start to try to fix a lot of things. And I've done that a couple of times in state government. But anyway, so I'm going to be, what we're doing, and this was Young's suggestion, and I think it's a great idea. There are about 22 boards and commissions and authorities that the treasurer serves on, and so this last quarter, most of them meet quarterly, and the last quarter meetings, I'm going to attend those with him and, get my arms around exactly what's going on in current activities with those responsibilities. And then he's also invited me to start to participate in his monthly staff meetings, because it's needed otherwise. But anyway, so I'm real happy with the way all that's going. I think he's right on target with his suggested approach, and that's fine. In addition to that, we have talked, and I've asked him for some of these same questions. We've talked some about what he thinks needs to be built on. For example, he is really pleased with the efforts he's made to reform the unclaimed property system in that office, and that's gone extremely well. He believes that we should do more in trying to build public awareness of the college safety program, and also the enable safety program for folks with special needs, and I can certainly concur with that. So that going forward, that's a couple of things that we'll be looking at trying to accomplish there. Other than that, I'm looking at putting together staff there. I have not had an opportunity to meet with all of the current key people there. I look forward to that opportunity too. So that's kind of where we are. As far as anything really new and different, and I hadn't even discussed this with Young, but I have discussed it with some other people whose advice I treasure, is the possibility of looking at where we are in Alabama with economic education. I know I have talked with a couple of the national organizations, the treasurers and state financial officials who are involved with, and there are some programs out there that might be able to adopt in Alabama that have got some pretty favorable reviews around the country where they've been utilized to try to go into schools, maybe with volunteers, maybe with bank personnel, or whoever else might be interested in participating in that, whether it's teacher training and that kind of thing. But that's something that I think we have a real need for all over this country, including Alabama, is just basic economic information that and you got to start somewhere, and there's no better place to start with fertile minds and students, I believe. So that, in a nutshell, that's kind of the way I see things shaping up. Well, I was faced with a decision on whether I was going to go ahead and retire back to Baldwin County, which I still hope to do someday, or try to continue to make a contribution to state government. And I just think with the years I've been involved in so many different areas of state government that in one sense I'm uniquely qualified to continue to make a contribution. And I think I can do that with I'm pleased with who and how the election seems to be shaping up next week to have some other great folks to work with in state government, and I just think I can contribute to their efforts as well as do a good job in the treasurer's office. And particularly was, you might say, intrigued by a possibility of following Treasurer Boozer and not having to go in and just start from the ground up trying to rebuild an organization, but going into one that I'm confident has been in just great hands and is in good shape to move forward and start to take a look at some other things. And I'm extremely hopeful that Young is going to be a close advisor and is committed to help me in any way he can from his experience. So it was an opportunity that I felt like knowing him so well and knowing state government and the experience I've had that I could continue to make a contribution to the state. Well, having been Commissioner of Conservation and Natural Resources, served on the State Personnel Board for 14 years, and also now having served almost 8 years as Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries. You know, in one sense, those jobs had hundreds of employees and very diverse responsibilities, and I think it does a couple of things. One, it gives me an opportunity to be able to focus on a more narrowly diversified agency, but also at the same time utilize my experience and ability to work with the legislature and other elected officials in the state. So, one of the things that really intrigued me about this opportunity when I was Commissioner of Conservation, it was the decisions I made about the offshore oil and gas sale that led to the creation of the Oil and Gas Trust Fund, and I felt it really interesting to later on have the opportunity to be involved with the management of that fund. So, you know, just a whole combination of things going through my background.